The king of cakes. Chopper for the win.
G'day guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today we have Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, which is a much loved video game of mine. I've played every single version there possibly is. As usual, we're going to head over to the Cakes by Chopper Facebook page, print off your template, cut out two shapes of Scorpion's head, and then cut them out of your cakes, stack them on top of each other, round down his forehead, and then you're going to cut in his cheeks. You just want to angle them in slightly. Just remember little bits at a time if you're unsure of carving. Cut the template and mark out where his nose bridge is, and you want to take a piece out for each eye, and then we're going to lightly take down his forehead so it tapers downward, and then fill that with a buttercream, place it on top and give your cake an entire crumb coat. Pop it into the fridge ready for your fondant covering. The reason we put it in the fridge is the buttercream will set and harden a bit, and then once you're ready to lay your fondant on, if you lay it incorrectly or you get a tear, you can just peel it straight off and re-roll and go again. This method has saved me so many times. Okay, so once that's done, you can roll out your black fondant. Now I've left a marbly pattern because I kind of liked how it looked. I mixed a little bit of blue and black, and it gave me that movement like material that I wanted. Once I'd smoothed out the fondant, I cut off the excess and then buffed the cake so it was nice and smooth. And then you're ready to mark out the details for his eyes. Using a sculpting tool, I just put the indents in where I wanted it to go and gave him some wrinkle lines. Place in a piece of flesh fondant that is the same size as the template, and then smooth it down around the edges to look like it's coming out from under the black. Using your sculpting tool, you're going to mark out where his brow and his eyes go, and then manipulate that fondant because it is quite thick there. And you're going to build the bridge of his nose up, put in his eyelids and the little creases. He's actually quite wrinkly, so you can just keep working this until you're happy with that part. To give him some shadowing and depth, I used a flesh coloured food dye and then diluted it with a couple of drops of water and just went through and let the creases do their work. And then some brown with a thin brush to do in his eyebrows, and then I put some black on that to trace around his eyelids, and this gave him the depth of his eyes that you need. Now Scorpion has a glazed over look in his eye, so I used a silver shimmer dust with a little bit of water and painted that in, and then marked out where his pupils would be, because they're kind of creepy and eerie, and I later went back and did a black ring and then smeared that out again. For his mask, you're going to cut this triangle shape and then remove the sides to make a T, and then you're going to trim off the bottom to give it a sharp edge. Place that on the mask. Make sure you go a little bit higher than I did, because I left the black spot in his nose a little bit big and it showed later on. So stick that to the cake with some water, then you're going to cut out the main part of his mask, which is going to sit on top of the T, and sort of encase it around, using the points to measure where it sits and making sure it joins up to where the flesh colour meets the black. For the details in his mask, I used this long metal piece that can cut the fondant out, but I later realized that you can just push it in and it gives you a nice cleaner result. So if you just want to mark it out and then gently push it in, manipulate the fondant down. And then it's time to fill that with a black petal dust. You want to start from the top corner like I am and then working it down, because a little bit of this goes a long way. And then once you're done with that, you can go over the mask and just give him a few little scuff marks and roughen it up, and just making it not look so yellow because you want it to fit in with the rest of it. Then I just trimmed it off with a clean yellow border, and there's your Scorpion cake. Done. Nice and easy. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you might want to check out my bleeding Mortal Kombat cake. Some of you may have seen it already, as well as some of the other cool cakes that I've made here and featured for you to remind you that they're still there. If you guys want to share this video on Facebook, I would appreciate that so much. Give us a like, drop us a comment and let us know what you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.